What is going on, investors? My name's Emmanuel, and apologies. Yes, I know it has been a couple of days since I last posted or uploaded a video on my channel. The reason for that is because I have been at the clinics. I've accepted a couple more contracts than I usually normally do within the week, and those contracts has been away from home, so I have had to travel and I've been staying in the hotels whilst working. Most of you already know I work in radiology. I specialize in MRI, and there's a lot of demand right now, so I've been stacking my cash pile. And for good reason, because the market right now is absolutely insane. Okay, this is a quote from the legendary Benjamin Graham, who says the intelligent investor is a realist who sells to optimists and buys from pessimists. So right now, I mean, we've seen in this current market this week alone, the euphoric optimism in this market is absolutely insane. And I'm a realist, so I decided to sell some of my positions to these euphoric investors. I mean, the speed at which this cycle has come around has been absolutely mesmerizing. If you have a look at this cycle here of the market emojis, right? So this puts a bit of a fun spin to the stock market cycles, but at the same time, it is disgustingly accurate, okay? So I've highlighted where I believe in the cycle stocks are right now and where I believe crypto is right now. But it was only just a couple of weeks ago where, you know, there was a lot of anger in stocks. You know, when Tattooed Chef dropped to $15, when Palantir was constantly coming out with contracts after contracts, but yet the share price tumbled, there's a lot of anger towards Palantir. There's a lot of anger towards a lot of the stocks that we're speaking about in this channel. And again, I'm not talking years ago. This was literally just about 3 weeks ago, so before tax day. So stocks was around here, and around that time, crypto was in the euphoric stage. You know, crypto, Bitcoin had just reached 64,000, setting all-time highs. So there was a lot of euphoria and complacency within crypto just a couple of weeks ago, while stocks received no love. I mean, a lot of the YouTubers, a lot of the finance YouTubers then were talking about crypto. None of them were talking about stocks. But guess what? A lot of these finance YouTubers are now talking about stocks again, and they're keeping a bit quiet on crypto. Why is that? Because crypto right now is an asset vehicle that is being depressed by a lot of FUD, a lot of market manipulation from the likes of Elon Musk and whatnot, even though he should focus on Tesla, but that's another story. But yeah, crypto right now is in the depressed state, while stocks, you can see there's a lot of euphoria, a lot of complacency, and this is the point of maximum financial risk, and this is the point at which you need to start considering selling your low conviction stocks that may be in profit. Okay, and that's exactly what I did. So the first stock that I sold this week is Blackberry. Ticker symbol is BB. Now, you guys know I picked Blackberry last year as my turnaround play for 2020. And to be honest, they are turning around. You know, the company, Chen, is doing an incredible job with AI and cybersecurity. And also within the automobile industry, they've started to announce some of the partners that Blackberry are working with. I think Volvo being the most recent one. But unfortunately, all of the fundamental achievements that the company has made over the 3 recent quarters that I've owned the stock, when I tune into the earnings call or read the earnings call transcript, it's just been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And it's also been followed up by excuse after excuse after excuse, okay? And the excuses were getting a bit tiring. None of the accomplishments that we were achieving on a fundamental level reflected in the financials. And before we go into the stock, let's take a look at the financials. So I started buying Blackberry back in September. I believe it was September or August, okay? So I got in very, very cheap, all right? But if you look at it, so from Q3, the company reported $259 million in top line with a net loss of $23 million, okay? And now going to Q4, you can see the top line reduced. They only reported $218 million, but the net losses got worse, minus $130 million. And then the most recent quarter, again, the top line reduced drastically to $210 million, whereby the net loss increased to minus $315 million. This is the complete opposite of what you want to see in a company. I mean, there are a lot of factors also at play, but another thing that really put me off with Blackberry as well, their expenses in R&D and marketing that's going to propel top line growth was also reducing. And this really put me off Blackberry over the recent quarters. You know, Warren Buffett has said on many occasions that the 2 times where you should really be selling is if you've noticed a change in the fundamentals of the financials, or if you need the money for something else, okay? If you see a better opportunity elsewhere. And for Blackberry, I saw both, okay? So the financials were getting worse, as you can see. and there's a ton of opportunity elsewhere. So I decided to sell my shares. So let's take a look at the stock price, okay? I mean, my average in Blackberry was $9.18. So if we zoom out from the charts, like I started buying Blackberry around the $5 range, and I did average up around early December when we announced the AWS partnership, I believe, with Amazon. So my average was $9.18. And as you can see here, it became a meme stock in January. BlackBerry became a meme stock. There's no doubt about it. The company went absolutely berserk to reaching to highs of $28 a share, which, I mean, I was up a ton at that point. But this was early January. We did have a disappointing Q3, but I figured, you know, I believed in the company. I believed in the management. I believed in Chen. And I believe that we could potentially still see an improvement on our Q3. But unfortunately, my loyalty was not paid off. Earnings came out. Earnings were shocking. But again, of course, the whole meme stock died off. So the share price returned back to normal. I remember saying to my Discord members around this time that, you know, I'm not selling because I can't see BlackBerry going below my average. Well, how wrong I was. Earnings came out, the results were poor, and it did drop below my average. At this point, I was really disheartened because I felt like my belief in this company wasn't paid off, but I wasn't selling. So at this point, I made BlackBerry a hold. I told a lot of my Discord members I'm not buying into this weakness. I've seen nothing from the company that's going to convince me to buy any more shares. So I held. And then look what happened. You can always rely on Mr. Market, okay? It's almost like the greater fool theory, you know. So these optimistic, euphoric investors drove the share price of BlackBerry to what? Highs of $20. Okay, this was yesterday. $20. And for me, if investors want to buy shares of this company that their financials are getting worse for crazy valuations, yes, please. Okay, I am a realist that sells to optimists, and that's exactly what I did. So, but I did start selling prematurely. I will tell you that for free. I started selling my position off once we hit the $10 range for some profits. So I started off selling 50% of my position within the high $10 range. So I realized a small bit of profit there. But as it went euphoric, I sold even more. So I sold about 20% more at the $15 level. And then when the share price went up to $20, I sold off pretty much most of my position at about $18. And when you combine all of my selling, because I didn't sell all of it at once, I did sell in phases, my profits were roughly between 30 to 40%, but I still have about 10% of my position left in play, okay? I do love the fundamentals. I do like Chen. I do believe he's genuine in his passion to seeing BlackBerry being a big household name again, especially in cybersecurity and AI. But right now, the company are not performing from a financial point of view, but I still have some shares invested. I have about maybe 10% of my original position left in play. And that's simply because I do want to continue to follow this company. Now, once this meme stock euphoria wraps up, if the share price does drop below my average right now, which is $9.18, let's say over the next few quarters, the financials are improving, then I would consider the possibility of buying back in heavier and increasing my size. But right now I only have 10% in play. And yeah, that's my position with BlackBerry. So the next position that I sold this week was AMC, Entertainment Holdings. Ticker symbol is AMC. And I mean, this company needs no introduction. Now, before the apes dislike this video, I will say I am still diamond handing about a small percentage of my position, but I have sold out the majority of my position. So I informed my Discord a couple of weeks ago on the 15th of May that I was reading this article, which was talking about an influx of retail investors into AMC. And I said here that I'm starting to read a few articles strongly suggesting another AMC short squeeze may be in session. And as a result of that, I decided to buy some shares of AMC at the break of the $14 resistance. So that was my entry point for AMC. But as you can see here, it went berserk. I had no idea AMC would do this. I mean, obviously, you've got price targets on YouTube with people talking about AMC will be worth $100,000 a share, and they've got their maths to prove it. I'm not saying it's not possible, and I'm not saying it is possible. I'm just an investor that is just banking off optimism, a euphoric optimism at that, because we all know the valuations for AMC right now do not make any sense. So I picked up a majority of my AMC position at $14 and I started selling at $30. So I made more than 100% on my money. But guys, I sold again too soon because I had no idea that it was going to go up to highs of $73. That is just insane. It's amazing to see, but that is just insane. But again, I do have a small percentage of my profits left in play because, hey, who knows? If apes do somehow manage to get AMC to 100K, I am banking, all right? I am banking. So I have left some shares in play, but I did sell a large portion of my profits in AMC for over 100%, and I'm more than happy with that sales. So that's all I have for you in today's video. I am going to upload a lot more regularly now. The contracts that I've secured going forward are close to home, so I won't be away from home, so I will be able to record a video and we'll get back to our routine schedule of 4 to 5 videos a week. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more video content from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.